Good morning, class.
Good morning.
How is everyone doing today?
Good.
Okay. In a scale of 1 to 10 in the universe, how good was your morning today?
An 11.
An 11? Pluto! Wow, so far away. Well, that's amazing. So, today, talking about planets, we're going to discover the order and the names, and just we're going to get familiar with them, okay? And for that, I prepare a little song.
Yay!
But before we listen to that song, I want you to be listening for something, okay? You're going to listen for the name of the planets, because at the end of the song, I'm going to ask you for how many names you can remember. Okay? Keep that in mind. So what are we listening for?
The planets.
Okay.
We all come from a place, the entire human race depends upon our planet, racing through outer space. And there are 8 planets that orbit around the sun. Come on, we'll introduce you and name them one by one. Mercury, Venus, Earth, and Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune.
Remember,
Mercury, Venus, Earth, and Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune. I'm Mercury, the smallest planet you see. You humans could never live on me. My atmosphere's too thin and I orbit too fast. My days are long. About 60 Earth days, as a matter of fact.
I am Venus, my atmosphere's super hot. I spin backwards and wavy. Earth is not. I am closest to the Earth in distance and size. I have no moons. I hope you can sympathize.
The planet that you're on, you know, I'm terrestrial but covered in H2O. I collide with things that I can't avoid, but my atmosphere protects me from meteoroids.
I'm Mars and you can jump higher on me because I have a third of Earth's gravity. I hear you plan to visit soon. I'll be your first destination since the moon.
I'm Jupiter with my 79 moon crew, like Io and S2003.
J2.
Yeah, you could say I have a pretty large girth. Here's a storm twice the size of your mama Earth.
I'm in Saturn, check out my pretty rings. These rings are a few of my favorite things. I'm a giant made of hydrogen and helium. And please stop hitting me with things.
My name's Uranus and I'm a nice giant. That's dope. I was the first planet found with the telescope. I rotate backwards and on my side I smell like rotten eggs, but that's just the hydrogen sulfide.
I'm Neptune, I'm the windiest planet around. I got supersonic winds that's faster than sound. An ice giant with 14 moons and a dark vortex. Gonna go away soon. And I'm Pluto. Yeah, we'll not be forgotten.
Pluto, beautiful, but yeah, we've been over this, and you're considered a dwarf planet these days. Girl, I'm the biggest object in the Kuiper Belt.
Mercury, Venus, Earth, and Mars.
repeat it if you remember.
Saturn, Uranus, Neptune.
Sing along real strong for the next two.
Mercury, Venus, Earth, and Mars. Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune.
Wow. Friends. Who liked the song? Give me a thumbs up. It was great? Okay.
So great.
Now, let's think about the names. First of all, let's put your hands down. Okay. as soon as I ask for one of the names, I want you to raise your hand, and I will see who is the first hand. And when I call you out, then you answer, okay? So, can you tell me what did I have for breakfast today?
Come on.
Oh, no. Can you tell me the name of the planet?
Which one?
Josephine.
All of them?
One of them.
Oh, dang. Venus.
Good job. Let's give a clap to Josephine. Let's try it again. And this will be the last time, so you ready?
Okay, I'm ready.
Can you tell me the name of one planet? Ali.
Neptune.
Neptune. Good job. Let's give another clap to all of you. Good job, friends. Now, well, we kind of like know the names of the planets, but I wanted us to memorize them and know them by heart. So we're going to do some research of techniques, and we're going to learn the planets itself and just important characteristics of them. So for that, we have a little objective of the day.
These scared me. What is scared?
Oh, thank you. There you go. So our goal for the day that's fine. Our goal for the day, we are going to read this together, okay? So let's start. At the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. I will be able to identify the planets in Earth. I can do it this way. We have to repeat it. We're going to do it in sync. Okay? So we can remember this. I will be able to identify the planets in Earth's solar system and their position in relation to the sun. In relation to the sun. Okay, so now we know our goal, but I wonder why it's important to know these random planets, you know? Why is it important? Well, first of all, we live on planet Earth. That's already impressive. Somehow, we are the only planet that is being discovered that has life. That is one important thing that we have to notice. All these planets are unique, yet only ours is able to hold life. That is one of the reasons why this lesson is important to you. So, let's pay attention. Today's plan. So I love that you're really organized and you want to know the schedule for the day. So I decided to put this plan for you all out today. And first of all, we're going to review each one of the planets. Then we're going to do centers, also known as learning stations. And then we will proceed to independent work time. And finally, we will closure. So first of all, I want you to know this. The sun is always at the center of the universe. And we reviewed this a few weeks ago, if I don't forget. Who discovered that the sun is at the center of our universe? Can I see a hand for that? Yes, Josephine?
I guess.
Yeah, you can do a wild guess.
Galilee.
You are correct! Good job! You took a wild guess and you got it right. You give yourself a kiss on the forehead. Good job. So remember this, always at the center. As you see, we have our universe here, and we have our sun at the center. Let's proceed with the next one. That it will be our first planet, Mercury. So, everybody, look at here. Do you see the picture of Mercury? We're traveling over there through space, and we're going to discover some unique characteristics, okay? First of all, this is the first planet from the sun. It's the closest one. Then, this is the smallest planet in the solar system. And finally, it's slightly bigger than Earth's moon. So not too big. Now, everybody has a planet on your table. I want you to see for the picture that matches this one. Who has this picture? Josephine. Okay, now I want us to all chant together to bring the planet forward. And we're going to say, Mercury the first, Mercury the first, Mercury the first, Mercury the first. Yeah, Mercury the first, Mercury the first, Mercury the first, Mercury the first. Whoa. Yeah. You can use a magnet to put it on. Yeah. Thank you, Josephine. So we have the first planet in our solar system. Now, let's proceed to the next one. Oh, but, I provided y'all with an interesting worksheet for you to feel what I'm teaching each one of the parts of the lesson. So first of all, as you see, you have spaces for each one of the planets. I want you to fill it out. I will give you 3 seconds, and then I want to have the pens down, okay? Mercury, Mercury. So 3, 2, 1. Everyone is ready. Let's continue. Now we have our second planet, Venus. Venus is the second planet from the sun. It's slightly smaller than Earth. It's the second brightest natural object in the night sky after the moon. So whenever anybody is looking at the sky and you see the moon, the other object that is really bright and noticeable for you is Venus. Now, who has this picture? And you see, look for it. Brenda, you have the picture. So what do we do now? The second. Venus the second. Venus the second. Venus the second.
Venus the second.
Oh. Thank you, Brenda. Now, let's proceed to the next planet. So we continue our trip through the space, and we found the third planet from the sun, Earth. Our planet, our unique planet. This is the only planet known to host living things. Animals, plants, us, we all form part of these living things that we have reviewed throughout this year. Now, planet Earth is also the only planet known to have liquid water on its surface. There is another planet that has water, but they discovered that it was evaporated or hidden beneath the surface of the planet. And we will know in a little bit. And finally, the most important fact, we live here. So, who has planet Earth? Ileana! Okay, now, Earth the third. 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 Earth the third.
We're running out of space.
Put it down too. Thank you, Liana. Now, as we proceed, we found Mars. And this is the planet that I was telling you all about. It was discovered that it has some water, but it's hidden beneath the surface. Okay? This is known as the red planet. It's the second smallest planet in the solar system. And there's evidence that water once existed on the surface. Okay, so who has Mars? Hannah? It is you. Let's call it out. Mars at 4. Mars at 4. Mars at 4. Mars at 4.
Mars
at 4.
Oh no! Okay, I got it. Can I stick him up here?
Yes, absolutely. Thank you, Hannah.
I'm tall for once.
Now we will get to really huge planets. And the first one will be Jupiter. So, are you all filling out your worksheet?
No,
I'm checking, I'm making sure that you all have it filled. Good job, friends. Okay. Now, we are going for Jupiter, the fifth planet from the sun. This is the largest planet in our solar system. It's the biggest gas giant planet, and Jupiter has 63 moons. Imagine that.
That's a lot.
We only have one moon. Imagine having 63. I want you to close your eyes and think about our moon. And now multiply them by 63 times, and you will see a lot of them. It's wild, right?
It's crazy.
Yeah. Let's open our
Will
eyes.
we get to see all of them in the sky?
Sorry, what?
Will we get to see all of them in the sky?
No, not in the night sky. Not without a telescope. Yeah. Scientists use massive telescopes to be able to see these objects far, far away from where we are. Now, let's call the next planet Jupiter the fifth. Jupiter the fifth. Jupiter the fifth. Jupiter the fifth. Wow. It's really big. Now, let's proceed to Saturn. Saturn is the sixth planet from the sun. And it's also a gas giant planet. And it holds an extensive and complex ring system around it. So who has this planet with a ring? Remember that. That is the key to remember this planet. It has a ring around it. Saturn the sixth. 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 Woo!
Oh, no.
You can throw that away.
But it's very up.
Thank you, Ali. Now we're getting close to the end. And are you feeling your worksheet?
Yes.
I'm looking for it. Thank you, friends. So let's continue with this. We are going to our seventh planet, Uranus. This is the seventh planet from the sun, and it's an ice giant as well. It spins on an axis parallel to its orbit, and it's 4 times the size of Earth. So we're counting a really big planet compared to Earth. Now, who has Uranus?
I do.
Yes, Ruby. Okay. Uranus the seventh.
Uranus
the seventh. Uranus the seventh. Uranus the seventh. Ah, thank you, Ruby. Okay, don't forget to fill out your sheets, and we're going to go to the last planet. So now we are farthest from the sun. Remember that. This is the farthest planet from the sun. Is the 8th planet, Neptune. This is the blue planet. It's a bright blue planet. This is the farthest planet from the sun. Extremely cold. Can you do this with me? Extremely cold. And 1 year in Neptune equals 160 5 Earth years. That's a lot of time.
I don't even live that long.
We don't even live that long. That's wild. So imagine when scientists are looking at them, they probably grow old trying to see them a little bit. Okay, now who has Neptune? Neptune the 8th. Neptune the 8th. Neptune the 8th. Neptune the 8th. Wow.
Oh, he grabbed it.
Thank you, Jillian. Now, class, have you all finished your worksheets?
Yes.
Okay. Well, they are going to come in handy soon because we succeed in our mission to go through their solar system and look for the planets and their names and their special characteristics. Now, let's see what we can remember. So, I want you to pull out your whiteboards. And also pull out a marker. And I want you to name the first planet. Which is the first planet? Write it down on your whiteboards. You don't need to show your friends. You're just going to show me. Okay? Okay, I see most of the tables have. Okay. Well, let's give ourselves a rain clap because we did a good job. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's amazing. Now, I'm going to do another question. Which is the name of the planet that has a ring? Also, put the number for this planet, which is the number from the sun. Okay, okay. I'm just waiting a little bit. Perfect. I'm perfect. Good job, y'all. Y'all deserve a kiss on the brain. I've noticed that you're paying attention to your class. Now, let's proceed to a little quote. I want you to be excited because we're going to go to another activity that is related with all of this. So you'll be ready. And the quote that I have for you all today is, shoot for the moon. Even if you miss, you will land among the stars. And I want you all to shoot the highest because you all are excellent, okay? Don't forget that. Now, we're going to proceed to learning stations. So hear me out. I'm going to explain each one of the learning stations. And first of all, we have our learning station with sentence and mnemonic devices. This is a worksheet that you will use. In each one of these bags, you have a sentence, okay? But you will say, Mr. Morales, this sentence is scrambled. Well, Mrs. Gonzalez told me that you all been working on sentence structure during ELA. So we're going to do some work with sentence structure. For every letter of the planet, the first letter will be a matching word inside the body, okay? And after you put all the words in order, you'll be able to tell a sentence. There is 4 different sentences, and I want you to review each one of them, correct? These are called a mnemonic device. It helps you memorize and remember many names, such as the names of all the planets. Do you remember PEMDAS from math class? This is similar. The concept is the same. It starts with the same letter and it states for something else. Okay. Now, the next section or center that we'll have, learning station that we'll have, it's a technology station. So I want you to bring your iPad or your device, and we have a QR code to put all the information in. So whenever you scan the QR code, you'll get into a website. And this website will allow you to work with the planets and put them in order. And then you're supposed to check each one of them to see if you're correct, okay? Finally, and on this table, we'll have the last learning station. Close to Josephine, you will see some worksheets like this. I want you to color each planet and cut them, and finally put them in order. Don't forget to write their names, okay? Now, I'm going to divide each center. So my first two will go to this center. Then Josephine and Hannah, I want you to go to the QR code center, technology center. And then finally, you all 3 can go to the learning stations. And I'm going to start the timer as soon as you reach that station. And okay, for the sake of time, we're not going to do the circle because it will take too long. So you all are good. You don't have to continue. Yeah. Then I will have the timer. And following to that, it will go to independent practice. During independent practice, they will do 2 worksheets. The first one will be to organize the planets, paint them, and just create the solar system perfectly with their names, just as these. And the next one will be to create a mnemonic device for them to remember each one of the name of the planets, be able to identify them and be able to recognize all of them. Okay, you will come back. Well, my students, I have seen so much great work during stations, and I'm so happy for you all. You are really smart, and I want you to go and just finish this strong. Who is strong? I'm strong.
I'm strong.
I'm strong.
I'm strong.
I'm strong.
I'm gonna have the biggest muscles.
There you go. So first of all, for a closure, we're going to answer to some questions. And I want you to use your whiteboard to write down your answer. And I will read it for you all. And if you need some clarification, I want you to do this. You touch your head and you're like, okay, I need some help here. So first of all, I'm going to read this. Asteroids are large bodies of rock that are too small to be planets. An asteroid belt has many asteroids. The diagram shows the asteroid belt located between Mars and the first outer planet. Which outer planet is closest to the asteroid belt? Ruby, okay, I'll give you a clue. I know that the problem is trying to distract you with the asteroid belt, but just remember the order of the planets. The question is asking you for this planet. So if you go in order, you have Sun, you have the Sun, you have Mercury, you have Venus, you have Earth, you have Mars, and then you can check your worksheets, you can remember your mnemonic device, you can remember the song from the beginning. Oh, okay, I see some answers. Friends, okay. Everyone has got the correct answers, and I'm really proud of you. Now, we're going to do another example. A student records the following information about a planet. Characteristics of a planet. Its largest moon is named Titan. It is made up mostly of gases. It's surrounded by rings. It's the sixth planet from the sun. Ah, there you go. Good job, friends. I'm really surprised. You have done an amazing work during this class. So I want to make sure that everyone got this correct. So in front of you, you have a post-it note. In the front side, I want you to write down your name. Okay? Just write down your name. Now turn around, and I want you to number 1 through 8. And now fill it out with each one of the numbers of the planets. After you're done, I want you to paste your post-it note on the parking lot. Yeah. Thank you so much, Javi. You have done an amazing job today. Anna, you did great with your planets, and especially your second semester was awesome.
Thank you.
I love how you work with the concept. Good job. Really, you were so quiet and so nice in this class. Thank you. For participating in this classes. You alright? I apologize. And that's the end of my lesson.